This is a Dancing Stickman production. So before we get started, I got a question for you. Mm-hmm. How many hours of sleep did you get last night?
Fuck. 5.5.
Go ahead and take one level of exhaustion for me.
Damn it. God damn
Didn't get a long rest.
Nope.
And I will say this. I am going to play around with the rules of D&D a little bit. So you have disadvantage on saving throws, not on ability checks, which is a flip between 1 and 3 levels of exhaustion. But
yeah, it's fine.
My game, so.
I went to bed early, but it didn't matter.
Yep.
I'm fucked.
Maybe. All right, to start, can you please give me a DC 17 wisdom save with disadvantage?
I have wisdom as wisdom saves. I'm proficient in them. Mm-hmm. So that would be, I have +7 on them.
Yep. Got to get a 10 or higher on your lower die.
That's a 15 and a 9. Rough.
You're tired. You're tired.
Don't I know it?
You come to. That might not be the best phrase for it. You're not rousing from unconsciousness. You're moving from one state of consciousness into something that is more like your normal state. Like sleep, like dreams, the state you are moving out of is slipping away from you, and what you're left with is an impression of it being sticky, viscous, blue, but kind of empty, and overall, it feels crowded, but not in the sense of you are surrounded by anything, but rather that there is something pushing you into a corner of your mind. It's familiar to you at this point, but still deeply foreign. The thing that is drawing you out of this is a sound. Ding, 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 ding. It's a sound of metal striking metal. A sound that is so familiar to you. You can feel it in your bones, and it's material. That's why you're using it to pull yourself out. You are grabbing this resonance within you and using it to pull yourself back into yourself. When you think that, coming back into yourself, you are suddenly overwhelmed with sensory information. It's bright. It's incredibly bright. Your eyes, you're squinting because you can barely see. There's sound all around you. Street sounds, sirens, people talking, the sound of water behind you. And it's hot. It's midday on a summer day, and overall, the sound of those bells, ding, 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 ding. You shield your eyes from the bright light. You're looking down. You're looking at your shadow, and something is off about it. That's all that registers for you. Now that you are back in something more like your own natural state, what do you do?
The thing that roused me from sleep was the sensation that I had to get back to work. It's been many years since I've worked with metal, but the sound and physicality of it doesn't leave your body easily. And when I first awoke, it was almost with a start that someone in the workshop is gonna play a prank on me or something like that, that it's unforgivable to sleep on the job. And so I'm dreary, sticky, this uncomfortable sensation. I think the first thing that I do, I notice my shadow is off. If there's some quick way to understand what that is, I will, but then it's shadow, so something is casting a light on me, so I would look toward the source of light.
Why don't you give me a perception check?
That's gonna be a 23.
Amazing. Your shadow. You process what's wrong with it quickly. It's a little too wide, and the edges of it are lighter than the center. And as you look towards it, you are not quite seeing it in the more solid form of your central torso and head, but you put your hand out and you can see little kind of doubled fingertips. You're casting 2 shadows, and they're almost overlapping, and they're much darker in the center. And as you look up towards the sun and the bright, cloudless blue sky overhead, you realize and understand that you are exposed to something other than the sun. You can't see it. But you look around and immediately recognize where you are. You are standing in front of the Berlin Cathedral. You are facing its doors, the arched recess of it. That sound you're hearing is the bells of the cathedral. You're across the street, the fountain behind you. You're surrounded by people who are out picnicking. And that sound of bells is something about it feels off. It's so loud. And you feel pulled towards it. There's something underneath or behind it that has a buzz. It reminds you actually more of electricity or magnetism. It's setting your teeth on edge, but it is calling you towards the doors of the cathedral.
It's odd to wake up here. There's a little green in front of this cathedral. There's the museum. When you look at the cathedral, the museum is to the left, still covered in pockmarks of bullets from World War II, the history of this city written, left on the face of it. But it's also Berlin, so hearing the bells at this intensity, is it the church? It's one of the things that really bugs me sometimes about Berlin, is that at regular intervals in the day, 8 a.m., 6 p.m., the bells peal, or on Sunday morning when you're trying to sleep in and you have your window open in the summer, the church down the street is ringing the bells for 3 minutes long, and you are awake. And it's also Berlin, and so I'm looking around to see if there's a street performer or someone who is playing the sound on an amplifier or something as part of their bit, but it's not that. I feel a pull to the cathedral, which is new for me, and I approach it. I walk up the steps toward that door. Normally, to come in as a tourist, you have to pay a little bit. Is there a line here?
Your way is clear. As you walk towards the Baroque facade of this church, the grand doors, the gates in front of it open for you. And the doors do too. And the interior of the church looks like a lovely, formerly Catholic, currently Protestant church. But as you near the threshold, that buzz underneath the bells grows stronger, and as you step your foot through it, you find yourself pitching forward and falling. And you start to tumble end over end. You have fallen back into this blue, sticky state, but that resonance of the bells is now actually holding your consciousness within it. So you are more present here than you have been before. And you realize there has been a before. You've been coming here for a while now, in this place where you are joined by something else. Can you do me a favor and give me a DC 17 strength saving throw?
With disadvantage.
Yeah.
That's double 14s. So that's a 13 on the die. Or 13 after the modifier, so no.
Nope. Okay.
I cast guidance on myself and hold it for a minute. Or until something appears. Does the space have features?
You are falling through emptiness. The only features that you discern are which direction is down, but you cannot currently see ground below you. You can just tell from the way your hair streams which way is up. But as you try and find something in this space to guide you, you see in the distance another falling speck, streaming straight downwards, not tumbling the way that you are. And as you watch that speck tumbling down, all of a sudden, wait, there is ground. And you look below you and you see you are falling towards the ground, and you come up so fast to it and fall almost immediately back into your own body. And you hear it again, ding, 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 ding. But it's not the church bells anymore, it's weaker. You look up and around, you see a child, actually, jumping on one of those inset musical pads that you can jump on the ground. That's what you're hearing. Ding, 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 ding. Little redheaded kid, maybe 6, looking straight at you. And you're seated.
I grin at the kid and wave.
There's something about this child that seems off. It's so monotonous, the way they're jumping. It's like the performance of fun, not actual fun necessarily. They do not wave back.
Well, kids can be odd. Is this in the church?
No. You are no longer in the church.
Where am I?
I can give you this. You would recognize this too. You're on Alexanderplatz. And you are actually seated at a cafe table. You look down, there's a half-drunk cup of coffee. You can feel the caffeine in your bloodstream, buzzing, kind of like that electrical hum, which is much stronger now. Give me either perception or arcana check.
Do I have my guidance still up?
Yes.
That's a 19 perception.
Great. You can locate the source of the buzzing. That's what has been calling you. Not necessarily those bells, but that hum behind it. It's coming from the TV tower. That hum from the tower is beckoning you towards it. And you can feel now an impatience behind it. You can sort of sense that blue, unreal, crowded space coming up behind you in a rush. And you have one turn to tell me what you want to do before you can do it, before it gets to you.
I cast protection from good and evil on myself.
Okay.
And I turn to face it. I think that's
your whole.
I get an action and a bonus action and...
No, you get an action or a bonus action and no reaction.
And no reaction. Right, I cast protection from good and evil.
That wave of blue hits you like an ocean wave. It is forceful enough to knock you unsteady. But this time it's fast. You're not held in it. You come back to yourself almost immediately. But it's still blue. Clear, cloudless blue. But you see Berlin spreading out below you. And you realize you're on top of the TV tower now. Not on that central column that supports the spire, but rather on the ball, on the top of that dome. You have no idea how you got here.
This is where I start to really get concerned, because stumbling from the cathedral to Alexanderplatz is plausible, but this is not. I crouch to get my bearings because there's this vertigo that comes up when you are looking down from somewhere high. So I put my hand on the surface beneath me as a place to steady myself. I get my center of mass low, and I start to really, I guess, reach out with my senses, if I have anything that I can do. It might break the protection from good and evil, but I will cast Detect Thoughts.
The surface thoughts that you get are a deep and angry impatience. Do you want to probe deeper?
I think the first thing that occurs to me is I'm on top of the TV tower by myself, and I am using a spell to detect thoughts of creatures nearby, and there is something nearby.
Mm-hmm.
And that sets that sort of panic that forces you into focus. Something is invisible or larger, and it does not seem to have human coherence in its surface thoughts. And without seeing it, I am going to probe deeper.
Okay. What do I roll to resist that?
It's going to be a DC 15, and it is a, hang on, to probe deeper wisdom.
I fail. Great. Or it fails. The deeper thoughts beneath, truly, it's kind of a sense of rage. This isn't in language. This isn't in English, German, any recognizable language, but you understand it nevertheless. It's looking for a storyteller because it wants to be in the story again. And it has located you. Can you give me an Arcana check? Flat.
That's a 16 plus 3, 19.
At the understanding of this connection between it and you look up to whatever it is that you have been exposed to, and you see an enormous eye open above you. It is taking up a pretty significant proportion of your field of vision, but it is hazed in blue, and what you realize is that however big this eye is, it must be so much vaster than your mind can comprehend, because with that much atmosphere in front of it, it has to be that much farther away. It is a human eye. It is weeping and gummed up and bloodshot, and it is looking straight at you.
Hi.
Give me a DC 17 strength save.
That's a 19. Minus 1 is 18.
No, you beat it.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
I'm at
DC 17.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
That's an 8.
No. Okay.
I was so excited for a minute.
I win. Several other eyes open around it.
Fucking counter spell? I don't know.
You're out of spell slots.
What?
You don't know when you used them.
Oh, shit. All right.
In that time between you arriving at the cathedral, at Alexanderplatz here, you have used your spell slots up. Now, if you want to counterspell, I will allow you if you will take on corruption.
I will minor illusion the other eyes away from
Okay.
me. I cast a minor illusion on myself, just on this. Do I perceive them as part of the same entity, or yeah?
As they have opened, they've been moving into a ring around you. You are in the center of this ring, no longer staring at one eye, but at sort of a little gate.
Is it still the eye, one eye in the center?
The one eye that was in the center is the one that is now basically, essentially at this point, level with you.
Okay. Yeah, just like a very gentle minor illusion, blue sky here.
Gotcha.
Focus in on the eye. Hi. Who are you? What's going on?
This is interrupted by a pull. You are, that strength save, you are yanked off your feet and pulled into the sky. And that eye doesn't care to know you, whatever it is you are speaking to. It's just looking for its tool. And you have now, because you have minor illusion when you've been out of spell slots, you have taken corruption upon yourself. You have reached for power beyond what you already had. And that gave it its opening, as it pulls you off your feet, off the top of the TV tower, and towards itself. You can't see the rest of the eyes, but you can feel them on you, and it pulls you into the center of that ring it's formed.
The sort of like last thing as I feel this turn into a struggle is I have one last sort of like cantrip, and I lean into that corruption again to fight, and I just laugh and cackle, and as it pulls me, I just scream, "You think you're gonna take me easy?" And I cast cackle at it.
And with that final laugh of defiance, you are carried off into the blue. That was Jacob Wolf Lefton as Twin 2 and Sara Brink as the Dungeon Master. Sound design by Sara Brink. This scene was produced for the alternate reality game Broken Sky, which was played over Blue Sky in July 2025 as cross-promotion for the Witches of Wadera Keep and Oops All Witches. This is a Dancing Stickman production.